So it's currently like 1:30 in the morning right now, and I've tried recording this video probably like 40 times already, and it's just not worked. But this time around, I'm just gonna let this thing keep rolling no matter what. I'm gonna speak straight from my heart, straight from the soul, because I feel like it's what I should have done from the first place. Because if I want to get my message across like I want it to, it can't be scripted or anything. So that's how I'm gonna go about it. And the reason I'm not asleep is because if I try to go to sleep right now, there's no way I can go to sleep. There's like a million things rolling through my mind, and I felt like maybe it'd help me feel better if I just sat and talked to you guys in front of a camera. And I feel like since I since I have a rather large audience of over 100,000 people, there's definitely a lesson behind what I'm about to talk about. And if one person can learn from this and it can help them in the future, it will 100% be worth it. So that's why I'm doing this. And I know it's a different kind of video, but like, I mean, it's my channel, and I feel like this is something that I need to talk about for my own sake, and maybe if it can help somebody out there. So if you guys have no idea where I'm going with this, if you don't follow me on social media or anything, you won't know. So it's probably Sunday afternoon when you're watching this. So Friday morning, my grandmother, out of nowhere, just completely unexpected, she passed away. I was just sitting here. I was working on something, on a video or something, and it was about 2:30 in the afternoon. And my mom walked through my door, and she was home extremely early from work, and she never does that. And I was like, "What the heck?" And I could tell she was upset. She had been crying, and I was like, "Oh God, what happened?" She sat down right next to me on my bed, told me the news, and I was just shocked because nobody saw this coming. I mean, she was older. Like, I mean, she was 87, but like I like no, I didn't expect this at all. So my first reaction was just like, what? But my grandfather, her husband, passed away 2.5 years ago now, and we expected it when he died because he had been bedridden for about 10 years at the time because he had a heart attack and he was really just immobile for the last couple of years of his life. And it got really bad there at the end. He got put on hospice, so we knew when it was coming. But the difference there is the fact that I got to spend as much. It's kind of a bad thing too because he suffered, but selfishly, I got to spend as much time with him near the end of his life. So I felt like I got to see him before he passed away. But with my grandmother, she is out of nowhere, and my first reaction was unselfish because it's just, my father was their only child. So me and my sister were their only grandchildren. So like we were their world, and they really spoiled us, and but they loved us, and they loved us unconditionally, and I feel like I took that for granted. But my initial reaction was don't be sad for yourself because she's now back with my grandfather, and ever since he passed away, it was like the biggest part of her life was missing, and obviously it was her husband, but he's all she would ever talk about the last 2.5 years because I know she severely missed him. And I knew there was a reunion between them two, and like they're back together now. So that was my initial reaction. Now, obviously, it upset me. Um, One of the biggest reasons is my sister. My niece was born she's 2.5 now. She was born literally like a month after my grandfather died. So my grandfather, who adored us, did not get to see my sister's child. Now my sister's pregnant again and is due to have her baby in 2 or 3 weeks. No, about a month now. And my grandmother died. So that's happened to my sister twice. And having to, like, I was with my mom as she told my sister, and that was one of the hardest things, seeing my sister that upset. And for my dad, dude, like, I love my dad so much. I'm not gonna get emotional. Not gonna do it. I don't get emotional. That's not me. But my father, um, like that was one of my first reactions too. Like I wanted to make sure he was okay. But the thing I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So, anyways, the reason that I want to talk about this is I know it's the biggest cliche statement to give to somebody. You hear it 1,000 times in your life, but you don't actually understand the power behind the words until it actually happens to you. So I want you guys to take in what I say and please apply it to yourself. Don't take your family for granted. I'm gonna have to live the rest of my life knowing that hasn't my grandmother that lived right down the road from me. I've not visited her in like 2 months. It's been a couple months. Not talked to her on the phone in a couple months, and I know she's not gonna hold that, she doesn't hold that against me. Um, but I let my own problems like overtake my family. Like I was so consumed with my own problems. If you guys don't know, you probably if you follow me on social media, I've been following this channel for a while. You do know I've been don't even want to go here for this video. I've been diagnosed with depression ever since like my senior year of high school. So like 5 years now, and it's something I've been battling with ever since, and it sucks so bad. There'll be times where I go through a year and I'm fine, and I'm like, yes, it's over. Because when you're at your weakest point, that is something you never, ever, ever want to like have to go through again. And it's happened to me multiple times, and I've thought like at points where I've gone about a year or so without having any type of side effects from the depression. I'm like, yes, it's finally over, and then it keeps coming back, and it finally some stuff has happened this past 5 months or so, and it's hit me a couple times, and I've let that really affect me in a way it shouldn't, because my grandma, she got really big into Facebook like the past year, 2 years, ever since my grandfather died. We tried to kind of help her out with different things. She never had a TV. We got her a TV so she could try to keep her mind off things. She got herself an iPad. She got on Facebook, got internet for the first time. So she's been obsessed with Facebook for the last couple of years. And she would message me every day, tell me how much she loved me and stuff. She would always post on my wall, kind of spam my stuff. Did some embarrassing stuff too, as in like she didn't do it on purpose, but she like shared a picture of me and my ex-girlfriend from like 3 years ago on Facebook, which was really awkward. But she loved me, and she let me know on Facebook. She would message me every day, but I would never respond. I never even acknowledge her, and that sucks. That sucks really bad. Like me and my sister both, we have like hundreds of messages on our messenger on the Facebook app that we can just go through, and I'm just like, man, I should have I should have talked to her more. Like it sucks. It sucks so much knowing that somebody loved you so much. I let my own problems, like, she, how can I put this? I don't mean to make it sound bad, but like with my own problems, my problems I had prioritized above her in terms of family. So like if I saw her try to talk to me on Facebook, I let my own problems be like, I can't worry about that right now. And that sucks so bad, to let my depression keep me from my grandmother. And I know it sucks, but it's the truth. I mean, it's really been like 2 months since I saw her, and I'm gonna have to. I can't even really remember the last time I actually talked to her, like saw her in person, dude. And she lived right down the road from me, and I'm gonna have to live with that the rest of my life. And like I said, I know she's not gonna hold that against me, but still, it's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. And the reason I'm telling you about this is I want you guys don't take your family for granted. If you're going through problems right now, that stuff eventually that will be solved. Everything will be okay. But on this earth, I'll never be able to see my grandmother ever again. I'll have to see her Tuesday at the funeral, and it's gonna be hard, dude. Like my grandfather, like I expected it, but to see my grandmother how she was moving around, she was always joking, and to see her at the wake dead, like what the heck, dude? Like it's hard. I hadn't even got like this until I started talking. I think I've tried to like kind of hold everything in and not even think about what I'm talking about, because I knew it was gonna upset me. Like it makes me feel like a piece of crap because she loved me so much. She really did. Like her and my grandfather both. Like they would always talk about us to their friends. Like, I'll talk about it more in a minute. But my sister, I would never talk to her about my YouTube stuff because I knew she barely can even, she can't even like use her iPad correctly. I know she doesn't know what YouTube is, so I feel weird like telling people about that. My sister said she had tried to explain it to her, and she was all excited. My sister was telling her about how I'm famous, and I hate when people use that word, but she was excited about that. She was really proud of me, knowing I'm successful doing something like this. I started an internship here in a few weeks at a hospital working in cardiac rehab, and that's another thing, dude. Like we're like I said, I'm not even sure if I said it in this take, but we were expecting it was a heart attack, so it was just sudden. She had called um, a family member like a few hours before we think she died, and said she was feeling kind of funny, and somebody came to come check on her. She would answer the door. They walked in, went up to her room, and she had passed away. But my grandfather died from heart problems. We're expecting my grandmother died from heart problems, and what I'm going into, what I've been wanting to do all throughout school, is go into cardiac rehab and cardiac and pulmonary rehab, which cardiac specifically, obviously, cardiac means well, it's helping people with heart problems, and she was so proud of me for that, and she was just proud of me in my schooling. She was always wondering like how I was doing in school. She was always just proud of all my achievements. Would always brag about. She just loved me too much for what I gave back, I feel like, and that's something I'm always going to regret. So I want you guys, I'm telling you this because I never want you to feel how I'm feeling right now, because I feel like an absolute piece of crap. I really do. And I know I don't need to, because I know she doesn't want me to, because she doesn't hold anything against me for what I've done. But it still is something that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life, so don't take people for granted. That's my point. Man, this sucks. But like I said, dude, I was extremely, like, my first thought was I am happy for her because she's back with my grandfather, but it just, I mean, the rest of my life, dude, I'm gonna have to just, I can't, like I said, I can't even think the last time I actually saw her in person. I mean, it's been a couple months. Like, I can't remember like, my grandfather can remember the last moment I actually saw him, because I took note of it. Because every time I saw him the last few times, the last couple weeks or so of his life, I was like, maybe this is the last time I'm going to see him, because it was any day at that point. But here, it's just out of nowhere. And it just sucks. But another reason I made this video is I want to thank you guys for everything you've done for me. First of all, for the support you've shown me on social media, for your prayers and thoughts. Like, that means a lot. Like, I know we don't know each other like on a personal basis, like in real life. Like, we don't know each other personally, but it means a lot, because like I've had very few people like actually come to me and actually like just want to talk to me about stuff, and just show their support for me, and other. I've had surprisingly very few people like actually come to me, letting me know that they're there for me. So all the support you guys have gave me is extremely appreciated, and I've just been spending a lot of time with my family the past few days, which I need to learn to do more of. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. Like, they've helped me stay composed. Well, I think we've all helped each other stay composed, because another thing is, like, in this moment, I know it's another cliche statement, but family is everything. Family is absolutely everything, guys. They're always going to be there for you. Always. They're the only people you can ever count on. They're the only people you can always count on, and that's 100% a fact. And I know it's so cliche, but take it from me, this guy that never gets emotional about things, anyways, the guy that normally never gets emotional, take it from me. Never take your family for granted. It's just, the last couple of days, it's been me, my sister. It's really just me, my sister, my father, my mother, and then we have my niece and my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. And we just been spending time together, and if it wasn't for us, I don't know where we'd all be. But another thing I want to thank you guys, aside from the support, is my mom told me the first thing not the first thing I thought about, but he was really, really, really worried about the financial side of things in terms of like setting up the funeral, because funerals aren't cheap. If you want to have a proper funeral, it's like $5,000 or so, depending on where you get it. So he was extremely worried about that, and My mom told me he was planning on like take. I'm not even really sure how it works. Taking out of a retirement loan or something, or taking a loan out of his retirement. And I was like, no. And the last thing I want my dad to worry, he's lost both of his parents. Don't want him to worry about money. So because of you guys and for all the support that is completely undeserved, because I really feel like a piece of crap about a lot of stuff. Feel very selfish and like I take advantage of a lot of people. But thank you guys. Because of you, I'm able to provide financially for the funeral, so my dad doesn't have to worry about it. So thank you guys, because I don't know why you support me. I have not even got this emotional yet, ever since I learned about her dying. But because of you guys, I've been able to, like I said, provide financially for the funeral, so my dad doesn't have to worry about it at all. So thank you guys for that. And just thank you guys for all the support, really, dude. Because like you guys have changed my life completely in every aspect. I don't know. When I started doing this about a year and a half ago, full time, I was at the lowest point of my life. So I feel like I don't even give back enough to you guys. Like I really feel like a piece of crap in terms of a lot of things. I feel super selfish sometimes, but for whatever reason, you guys support me, and I have all the support from family and some friends, and I feel like it's completely undeserved, but I really do appreciate it. Even if you just watch my videos or whatever you do, I really do appreciate it. And another thing is I've had a lot of people telling me it's gonna be hard, but I've had a lot of people telling me like, obviously stay away from YouTube until you're better, everything like that. But normally I would, obviously, but uh, what my sister told me, I didn't know she had the conversation with my grandma about my YouTube stuff, and my sister said she would talk to her about it every time she talked to my grandma about my YouTube stuff, how it was growing. And like I said, I didn't talk to her about it personally because I feel weird explaining it to people that don't really understand it. But she was extremely proud and was telling everybody, all of her friends, about it and stuff. So I know my grandma was proud. I know my papa's proud too, um, for what I've done for myself here on YouTube and just in general. I know they're both proud of me no matter what I do. So I'm not gonna take a break. I want to continue growing this thing for them. Um, I got this little picture of them here now on my desk. My granny and papa. This is probably like 15 years ago or so, but they're always gonna be with me, and this is one of the things they're proud of. This is something I'm proud of myself. This whole YouTube thing is one of the biggest things that I've built up in my whole entire life. It's probably the most time I spent working on anything in my life. So I know they're proud of me for it, and I want to keep at it, and I want to keep growing this thing because I want to continue to make them proud. So I'm gonna try to immediately come stay on YouTube, and because I know they wouldn't want me to use him as an excuse or use this moment. My grandfather's been dead for a while, but he's been with me this whole time. But I know my grandmother wouldn't want me to use her death as an excuse to stay away from something that she's proud of me for doing, and continuing, and hopefully I can just continue to grow this in their honor. And I feel like I've said everything. Just mainly, I don't want you guys to feel like a piece of crap like I do when you're, because I know a lot of you have probably experienced death, and the first time I really experienced a close death to me was my papa a few years ago, like I was talking about. But it's the first time I've actually experienced it just all of a sudden and unexpectedly, and I don't want you guys to feel like I did and feel like I do, and I'll probably will the rest of my life, and feel like you're a piece of crap because you put them on the back burner and didn't go see them for a while. I don't want you guys to feel like that. So I know it's such a cliche thing to say. I know you sitting there right now I know you've been thinking in your head, this is not going to happen to me, or you just don't really comprehend what I'm talking about. But just please, if you do anything, just comprehend what I've been saying, because I don't want anybody out there to feel like I do right now. So that's gonna do it. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Sorry for getting emotional. I didn't plan on it, but I did get emotional, as you saw. Didn't want to, because it's going on the internet for a lot of people to see, but screw it. It was straight from the heart, straight from the soul, and hopefully you guys learned something from it. I don't want you, from whatever you got from this video, I didn't say what I said to gloat my financial status by any means. I genuinely wanted to thank you guys for supporting me for whatever reason you support me for. And number two, I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. What happened to me was my own doing. It was my own choices that led to me feeling this way, that led to me having to deal with this the rest of my life. Don't feel sorry for me. It was my fault. It's my fault, and I just want you guys to take away from me talking to you about this is the fact that don't do what I did. Just stay close to your family. If you haven't visited one of your family members in a long time, please go do it. Because once again, I know it's something you've heard a million times, but please, please, you never take something I say like you actually take it and understand it. Like, you never know when somebody's going to pass. So just don't take advantage of your family members. So now at this point, I'm just rambling. I don't know. I'm scared to upload this video. But like I said, I'm just going to keep this YouTube thing going immediately. Hopefully tomorrow, if I don't act the same or don't act as happy, you know why. But I'm going to keep this thing going immediately, or ASAP, in my grandparents' honor. So I just want to continue making them proud in everything I do. I know I make dumb choices at times, and I know, like I said, I feel like a piece of crap at times. But for whatever reason, I think they're still proud of me, and hopefully I can just keep this thing going for them. So that's gonna do it for me. It was a hard video to make, probably the hardest video I'll ever have to make. Hopefully I don't ever have to make a more emotional video than this, but hopefully you guys got something from it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace.